about it, there have been countless people throughout history who have been scrutinized for not being good at their job. But there are a select few of those people who have been in a position where they're coming in as a replacement for a legend. So regardless of their performance, they will be criticized and belittled for not being able to fill the proverbial shoes of the predecessor. For example, how would it have felt to be Pete Myers in 1993? Pete Myers was an NBA player on the Chicago Bulls who took on an impossible task. He was brought in to replace Michael Jordan during his first retirement. Can you imagine that pressure? Pete didn't live up to MJ's success, but I still admire and respect trying to do something so impossible. And as I've mentioned, there are countless examples of this. Leno replacing Carson, Hagar replacing Roth. Regardless of their performance, they were scrutinized from the start. Out of those few people, there are even fewer who can actually live up to the hype. Those who can take on the challenge and hold a candle to the flame that was lit before them. That's the case for today's film we are discussing. That film? Mike Flanagan's 2019 epic, Dr. Sleep. As many of you know, Dr. Sleep is the sequel to The Shining. Stephen King wrote The Shining, but the film was directed by Stanley Kubrick. Two legendary names right there. But King has very publicly stated his dislike for Kubrick's adaptation, and that puts the fans in an indifferent and weird spot. The Shining is one of the most, if not the most popular horror movie known to man, so it's hard to side with King, but after all, it is his baby. He's definitely entitled to be territorial. Movies bring images to life, and for 39 years, the only images we've had were Kubrick's vision. That's the scenery we associate with the story. So it took some real balls for Mike Flanagan to step on board and make a sequel to this legendary film all these years later. Not only that, Mike is a huge Stephen King fan. He wanted to bring King's book to life without disrespecting his story, while also finding a cohesion with Kubrick's foundation. That may be the ballsiest thing any horror director has ever done, and for that, I applaud him. Folks, we got a lot to unpack this episode. After all, this is the season premiere of the season of sequels, and we're so happy to have you here with us. So, get comfy, Doc. We got a long ride. Here is our take on Dr. Sleep. Boom! Welcome to the Sloppy Horror Podcast. I am your host and your scary movie companion, Christian Raimi, and back again for another season, clapping them cheeks for no reason, Mr. Ozark Mark. What's going on, buddy?
Holy shit, hello. Did you, I ask this every new season, did you miss us? You regular listeners, you regular, devoted, sexy listeners of ours, did you miss me? Because I missed you.
Yeah.
Now, if this is your first time here, you don't got a chance to miss us yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But, hey, you got a lot of great content after this to go on. But yes, we have got through the rehab season, Christian Rainey. We are all rehabilitated, and we are ready to get back in the horror things for the next 11 months. Okay, so what the new season is that you boys and girls can expect. What is it? The season of sequels. It's all going to be sequels this season, rightfully so. Sequels are awesome. We got to talk about them, right?
Yeah.
And you have picked, I will say this, a banger to start off the season of sequels.
Yes, we
one
have.
of the best sequels I think I have ever seen. That is none other than Dr. Sleep, 2019.
Dr. Night-Night.
Dr. Sleep. Wow.
That's a great movie.
What a great movie.
Folks, I'm very excited to be back in the chair for another season, just really cranking out what we do best. And as Mark said, this is the season of sequels. We're not really focusing more on remakes or adaptations, but the sequels. They don't have to be part 2. They could be part 3, 4, 5, whatever. We're just talking about some of the most impactful ones. And we kind of polled the audience, and we saw what we liked, and we picked it. But folks, before we jump into Dr. Sleep, I will tell you, for our dedicated, devoted listeners out there, we have finally got organized, Mark and I. We have got organized, and we have our Patreon up and running. And we are going to have bonus episodes for you boys and girls every Friday. All right, the first episode y'all will have is the 18th. It will be this Friday. So at whatever point you guys sign up, you can hop on there. And this is, you don't have to. If you're happy with this free content, we're happy with that too. We're happy to entertain. But you feel like you can't get enough of Mark and I, you need an extra bonus episode, you could find them there. And we're talking about crazy stuff, whatever we want to. And there's some really cool bonus levels there on Patreon. The high tier, you're able to write us fan mail. We'll read it on these bonus episodes.
Oh, yeah, no matter what it says.
Yeah, that's right.
There better be a lot of nudes in there.
So that's patreon.com/sloppy horror. You guys check it out. It's, it's in our link tree. It's everywhere. Really help yourself out and help us out, because we're not going to water down our show with manscaping products and energy drinks, and that's just not what we do, folks. We're not panderers. Oh my God, geez, there's a new movie coming out. Now it's so cool because I liked that when I was a kid. That's not us, man. It's not us. Even if we're excited for a movie, we're going to come at you with this kind of level. This is who we are. So we thank each and every one of you for letting us get this far. And now that we got all the, the greetings out the way, fucking Dr. Sleep, dude.
Dude, let me tell you. I remember when this came out in 2019. I remember I was getting ready to watch it, but I never did.
Did you sleep because you fell asleep?
No, I just never got around to watching it.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, back then, I'm not a big movie person by myself.
Cinephile.
Yeah, I don't watch movies like you do all the time. I watch a movie every once in a while, of course. I watch movies before we do podcasts, and I love it. But, I usually do something else besides watch a movie. Nothing interesting, nothing entertaining. I don't know. I just do something else. I don't do that. But anyway, I was kind of weary at this movie at first, okay? Because this is a sequel to The Shining.
Shining ain't no joke, bro.
The Shining, first of all, how the hell do you make it? They left you with questions. I mean, they ended the original movie, The Shining, with room, Danny gets away and his mom get away, But it left you with questions, but, I mean, you didn't need to. So that's very weary. When you really don't need a sequel, when you make a sequel to something, that's a lot of pressure.
39 years later.
39 years later. That's a lot of fucking pressure. But I'll tell you what. I was impressed.
Good,
I was
man.
impressed of how they continued the story, how they kind of explained things that happened in the first movie, and the fact that you made the actors in the flashbacks look like the original people.
Sounded like them, too.
Sounded like them, too, because you ain't going to get Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, and it's never... It pisses... As I stated in the intro, the ball's on Mike Flanagan for making this movie, because obviously Stephen King has been very public about not liking Kubrick's version of The Shining. And for many years, I didn't understand that. I just didn't get it. I heard a thing with Mike Flanagan. He kind of went in on it. And within the book, so put it this way. As we know, Stephen King had a drug problem. And obviously, he had young kids at the point when he's making The Shining. So here's a dad who's trying to keep his shit together, but he's battling addiction, whatever. Well, in The Shining movie, Jack is crazy the whole fucking movie, pretty much, because it's Jack Nicholson, and he always has that glimmer in his eye. Even when he's got the interview for the job, he kind of comes off as crazy, which everybody likes. Everybody likes, but he ends the movie chasing Danny, and he gets frozen. He's frozen. He ends angry and shitty. And within the book, he had more of a hero's ending, almost like trying to battle it, dying with the boiler room, setting it off. It was a different thing for him. So King was a little bit pissed off with Kubrick's adaptation, but it's a weird spot because everybody loves this fucking movie. Or for the most part, everyone loves it. It may be the most popular horror movie of all time. I mean, it's in that conversation. If people say, excuse me, if you were to ask people, what's the most popular horror movie of all time? I guarantee this would be a top 5 answer or top 3, most definitely, if not the number 1. And
The Shining, not Dr. Sleep.
Yes, I'm sorry, excuse me, The Shining.
Just so everybody knows.
So for Mike Flanagan to come on board and say, like, hey, the only vision that people really have that aren't readers are Kubrick's version of The Shining. King wasn't huge on that, and Mike Flanagan's a huge Stephen King fan. He likes Stephen King a lot, and he's an avid reader, and he read Dr. Sleep, and he says, man, how do I honor both of these two? Because I have to make the imagery match up with Kubrick's, or it's not going to work. It's going to look like a standalone film. It's going to look weird. But I have to make King's story stick out, and I think that's why, honestly, man, Dr. Sleep is a very heavy movie.
Like, it's heavy emotionally. Like, I mean, it deals a lot with loss. And also, like, there's some very powerful scenes in the fact that, like, everyone wants that one last conversation with the one they've lost. And, like, sometimes it might not be a, hey, I miss you conversation. It might be a spicier conversation. And in this movie, like, Danny Torrance has grown up and able to, like, talk to his dad in a way at the bar scene, which was very neat. Very neat. I guess, Mark, we need to give them a synopsis, right? We need to help them out before we get too deep into crazy storytelling.
Yeah, pump the brakes there, pal. There might be some people that have never seen Dr. Sleep, so they need to know what the hell it's about, so they have an idea what they're getting into or what the hell we're talking about in general. So why not? Let's get into the world-famous Christian Raimi synopsis. He's going to tell you about this movie in a couple paragraphs.
Okay, folks. Obviously, Shining, real straightforward. You guys remember that story. Family goes to take care of a hotel in Colorado during the winter season. They're the only one there. Dad and son have an ability almost to like see ghosts. They call it the Shining. It's an ability to be able to communicate with the dead, and not always great. Some people are very susceptible, and they can become possessed almost, and that's what happened to Jack Torrance. So Danny and his mom escape at the end of that movie, and as Mark said, there's a question mark. 39 years go by. What happens? Well, Stephen King wrote the novel in 2013, and this is Danny Torrance as a grown man. And Danny Torrance, to start the movie off, he's messed up, man. He's doing a lot of partying and drugs to overcome, to dole out the shine. He doesn't want to shine. He doesn't want to deal with it, so he just kind of stays real messed up all the time, and he's in a bad spot. He's just hanging out with the worst kinds of people. Well, eventually he moves to Rhode Island, a small little town. He starts to sober up. He meets this cool guy there named Billy. Billy really reaches a hand out, real bleeding heart kind of guy, super nice guy, cool character. And he lives there for some years. But he's starting to be able to shine more since he's sobering up. And he has this ability to pick up this shine, or it's almost like a telephone line between this little girl. Her name is Abra, and she has crazy ability. She's super strong. Like, she's stronger than most. And
she's bright as hell.
Yeah, absolutely. And where Dan is living now, he lives in this little, like, attic apartment, and it's got some shine to it itself. There's this chalkboard inside of his room. There used to be a teacher in there before him. And on this chalkboard, occasionally words will show up. And these are messages from Abra. So sometimes he'll go to the board, right back. They communicate with each other, but they have like a mental telepathy thing kind of going on between each other, and they can communicate. Well, eventually, Abra starts to cry for help. She's starting to pick up on these other people that can shine, and they're bad people, all right? These people are called the Knot, and what these folks do, they're almost like shining vampires. And what they do is they seek out people that have the shine, and they kill them, and they steal that life force out of them. After somebody with the shine dies, there's a steam that kind of comes off of them, and these people feed off that life force, and they need that. And Abra picks up on these people, and these people pick up on her, and she starts to get in trouble. So she communicates with Dan. Dan links up with her to try to help her against these people. And it turns out to be pretty crazy, because the help they have, Dan decides, man, these people are too strong to fight against, so we're going to go to the hotel, and that the shine from that hotel can battle these powerful people. And it's a very rich story, very deep, very, there's sadness to it. Dan gets a job, and his job is a, what do you call that? A person that works at hospice. A
hospitier? I have no idea.
I don't know what the fuck they call that.
Hospice nurse. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he's the guy that hangs out with these old folks, and he's not a doctor. He's just kind of a guy that, talks to people and keeps them cool. And what's a real neat thing is there's this damn cat, and this cat knows when people are going to die. The cat has a little shine too. So, like, if the cat moves to their bed, these old people know they're going to die, because, it's there to comfort them. And then Dan comes and comforts them too. Danny Torrance is portrayed by Ewan McGregor.
That'd be shitty if you see that cat start rolling in, like, get the fuck out of here.
Damn it.
You just fucking get this cat out of here.
Get out of here.
I'd have a laser pointer at all times when I'm old, just to get the fuck out of here.
Avoid death.
Yeah, as long as the cat ain't in here, I'm gonna stay alive. Sorry, continue, please.
So Ewan McGregor plays Danny Torrance, and this dude's a great actor. I love him in everything, and he brings an authenticity to this. It's very serious. Like, he plays the role seriously, and it's not a joke. It's not like, hey, man, I see ghosts. Like, it's not fucking funny. Like, he's very serious, and there's so much character. Like, we have to credit King for the great story, for the beginning and this one. But the way Mike Flanagan brought it to life, I don't know, man. There's some really intense scenes in this movie. I mean, there's killing of kids.
Yeah.
Like, they kill kids in this damn movie.
There's a lot of scenes, man. It's 3 hours long, too.
Yeah, and it kept me through it. It really does.
It does keep you through it. They do the score is great. It pays tribute to the original Shining. Yep. The actors they picked for the flashback look just like them or damn close to them. They act just like them too. I mean, they're great. Like, everything from Wendy to Danny to the guy. I didn't think they were gonna show
Scatman Crothers. They brought him back too. The dude who played, Dick Halloran, the black dude.
Is that the same guy or is that a different actor? That's a different actor.
Yeah, he's a different actor.
That's what I thought. Yeah, but he's awesome too. And then I didn't think they'd bring back Jack Nicholson's character. I thought they would just they started to show like his hands or whatever. I was like, all right, that's all we're gonna get. No, they got a guy who looked just like Jack Torrance in there. Killed it too. So
yeah, and if you're one of these people that are gonna nitpick that the actors don't look exactly the same, like, go fuck yourself. These guys killed it. They really did. Like, scene for scene, they really matched
39 years later. Like, you know what I mean? You can't expect that, but they did a great, like I said, great job. Very believable. Sucked me right into it.
And most of these shots, all right, are all recreations. So that's the great part too, is that Flanagan really recreated these. And dude, what a set to recreate! What a whole imagery, a whole life. The grandma in the bathtub looked cool. The butler looked cool. The Grady,
Yeah.
You are the caretaker here, Mr. Grady.
I was hoping he would say that when they go into the red bathroom, because they go into the same bathroom, same thing, spilled something on them.
I'll set my avocado and bourbon
Mr.
down.
Grady, you were the caretaker. I was hoping he would say that.
I don't know why that scene's so funny to me, but it makes me, because he's got this real.
Dude, his face is fucked in that. Everything, they even go back and do the walking up the stairs when in the original Shining's like, give me the bat, Wendy, give me the bat. And they recreate that same staircase. Dan's coming up there with the axe, and the Rose is down there trying to get him. It's so cool, man. It's so cool.
Oh, the Knot. I think that's the full name. It's the Knot. They don't mention it much in the movie. I know it's called the Knot, but I want to double check that. But the neat part about this is it gives you some super crazy bad guys. This is a whole different realm. Like, these vampire people.
And it was a cool take on giving you an explanation of why the ghosts were there.
Yeah,
because really they're just like, oh, they got possessed by a ghost or something, like, you know what I mean? But no, they really expanded and explained more of the Shine. And, if you have something, you have to have an enemy to anything.
You do.
So they were interesting characters. And they also, I thought it was funny. At first I thought, I was like, were they getting high off of these people? Like, just inhaling their fucking shit. But, no, they're very interesting bad guys.
They put them in containers that were very reminiscent of, like, Ninja Turtles 2, where they had the ooze in there. That's what those containers remind me of for some reason.
Yeah.
But it is a really wild thing. And Rose the Hat is like the leader. And she's like this, like, hot chick. She wears this hat. And she's just like the ringleader of all these people. And there's a bunch of them, dude. There's a bunch of them. The one that played the grandpa, that's the dude who played Lurch in the Addams Family.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah, man. Just got that legendary head, man.
That is quite a head there.
You got one of them noggins there.
It's quite a head on your shoulders there, pal.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
What?
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
That's great. Yeah, man. A lot of cool scenes in this. A lot of cool camera work. A lot of cool effects too. Like when when Rose is flying over the town, for example, flying over the earth, trying to find Abra. She finally finds the house, and it does a weird angle. She flies into the house. Very, very cool.
It looked great. It didn't look cheesy at all. It worked perfectly.
Yeah, and I like how they can get into each other's heads, right? And I thought it was kind of funny how they made people's heads, like her head is like a huge library, and then Abra's, mind is just a bunch of filing cabinets or something. Like, that's a cool way to interpret a mind, or what's in there. You know what I mean?
It
like,
is, dude.
If you go into my mind, it's a bunch of boxes. Biggest box is the nothing box, of course. So you got to get a while to get around that box. But, just a bunch of boxes everywhere. I'm sure that's what your mind would be.
Oh, that young actress, dude, she fucking crushed that role, too. She was super serious. Like, she wasn't I don't know. Sometimes kids can make or break movies. And, you feel bad because they're kids. It's like, well, it can't be too hard on them. Your parents might be weird putting you in movies. I don't know. But it might be your dream. And this girl's got it, dude. She kills that role. Fucking kills it. Because she's like a happy-go-lucky kind of kid, but she's super powerful. Mm-hmm. And Rose the Hat wants to take her. She wants to get her for all that energy because apparently the steam, as they call it, the stuff that they take from these people, there isn't as much in the world as there used to be. So Rose is really the seeker. She spends a lot of her time almost in like, a meditation looking for steam for the little group of people, the true knot, to go and take. And once they get a hold of Abra, they're like, dude, this is it. This is the whale we're trying to catch. We'll be good for a while if we get her. But, dude, let's talk about them killing that damn baseball kid. Bro, wasn't that some shit? They killed a kid. And there were desperate times, and they found this kid who plays baseball, and he had some shine, and then he was walking home from his game, and they just literally snatch him up from a van, take him to a field, stab him in the legs and the stomach and chest, and this kid's like screaming for his life. He's like 10 years old, and all these people just like are taking his steam. It is a scene you're not used to seeing. Like if you are...
No, it was pretty intense, especially the killing of a child. Like, that's pretty fucking intense.
Yeah, you're like,
and
not the kid.
It also makes you think like, who the fuck... First of all, where's this kid's parents? He just had a baseball game. Why is he not getting a ride home?
And he's like a great baseball player. Apparently.
Yeah, like you don't got an uncle, a big brother, a sister, a fucking neighbor that'll take you there. Who the fuck?
My kids wouldn't walk home from anything.
I don't want to walk home from anything. I don't want to fucking walk. But yeah, so that's really intense, man.
That was intense.
And it's out of nowhere too. You're like, oh, okay, they're gonna get this kid and get some steam for. Not like that, You'd think they wouldn't show, but no, they showed the whole process.
There was a cool character too, the Snakebite Andy, that girl, and she pretty much just like set up pedophile. She had this power where she can like put you under mind trance and then like make you fall asleep and like kind of almost like Jedi mind trick you. Like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the droids we're looking for. She puts them under a trance, and they end up ganging her up on the team, and that's kind of just this crazy clan of bad guys. And they brought it to life great, and they put attention and detail to each of them. Like the Crow, that was like Rose's right-hand man. He's the guy who had like the hat and the glasses. He was pretty cool, man. Like, they had their own little mystique to them. Very interesting. And I just, not enough applause can be there for the cohesion, man. Like, you could watch The Shining and watch this. Say if you were snowed in, you had a long day, or I don't know, back to back or whatever. You would be happy. You would be impressed. I don't know how you do something that many years later. Like I said in the intro, it's like it's like replacing Michael Jordan or something. Like, how do you replace, like, yeah, I'm the backup for Babe Ruth? Like, what? You can't. Like, you can't do that. Like, you just, how do you step into that and not fail? Because no matter what, people were going to scrutinize this film. They were going to break its balls just because they're going to, it's not this way, it's not that way. So either way,
well,
he's fucked.
The best, I'm sorry, let me just say this while it's on my mind.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Dr. Sleep, if you've never seen The Shining, you could watch Dr. Sleep first. You could watch Doctor Sleep first and then be like, oh, this is a sequel to The Shining, and then go back and watch The Shining and enjoy it just the same.
Yep, I agree.
You could watch either one in either order. Mm-hmm. It could be like you watch Doctor Sleep first and you want to see what actually happened there. Or you watch The Shining and be like, where the fuck is Danny? Oh, this shit's happening again. It would work either way. And that's really, really fucking hard to do, man.
Yeah, bro, like who's making Gone with the Wind sequel? Who's coming to make these legendary movies? Like, I'm gonna make Citizen Kane 2. Like, nobody's got the balls or the brass to do that. And Flanagan just did it like, yep, I'm gonna make this great movie. Took a lot of time and detail to it. And I've heard people who weren't a fan of it, and they said it's slow. I said, have you ever seen The fucking Shining? I was like, you know what this is a sequel to? Like, you know what this...
Oh, I know. But they did a good job, though. It's filmed just like the first one. It makes you feel like this is the same fucking movie almost.
Kubrick was a master at slow pacing, just taking you on. And then when it was on...
It is on.
It's intensity. It's really intensity.
It's not off until it's on. When it's off, it's all the way on.
It's on again.
Yeah.
Man, I took Rachel to see this in theaters, and I tell you, she, first off, the baseball scene, she was like, all right, that scarred her. And she's like, what have you brought me to? I'm like, well, I didn't know that was going to be in here. Oh, no.
That's the worst part.
Sweet boy, no. I think they're killing him. I think he's dying. I think he's not going to make it. So that's kind of funny. But when I brought her there, it's always great to see other people's reactions, and because I'm kind of numb to the horror, being scared, and to see the audience in the theater and a loved one near me just seeing that an actual visceral reaction, an actual body motion, that shows you this is a film, this is a good movie, because people are you're engaged, and that's kind of what you want. I'm not saying you want kids dying in movies, but you want things that are going to put you on a twist and a turn. You don't want to expect what's next. I didn't expect anything what was coming up the first time I saw this.
No.
Because honestly, I got the book beforehand, but I didn't read it till after I saw the movie. I got it when the movie was being made. I knew that the movie was coming out when I got the book, but honestly, I didn't know what was coming around each next corner. And the opening to this movie, it gave me fucking goosebumps. When the Shining rug letters came over and that bum, 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 you're like, dude. And then the hotel.
Dude, they redid the same flyby shots almost, going across the water. Dude, if you are a horror fan, I don't know how. Dude, I got hyped. I was like, oh shit. They're like, after they do all the fight with all the knot and they kill all of them, but they're all dead except for Rose with the hat. And they're like, what are we going to do? She's like, as soon as he said, we got to go to Colorado.
Yeah.
I was like, no fucking way he's going to the hotel. Holy shit. I got hyped. I was like, oh my goodness.
It looks so
Shit's
cool.
Going down. What a fucking privilege it would be to recreate that hotel, sit on that seat, just recreate all that.
What was really neat to me too is
recreate the shots that are from the original movie, when he's walking into the golden room. Same pan out, everything's in place, bar's still there, glass is still there, because Jack left his glass there, so it's still fucking there.
And Jack is the bartender now. He is Lloyd, and he doesn't know that he's Jack. That's pretty incredible. And everywhere they walk, lights would come on. They were bringing it to life. But what was neat is all these ghosts came back. Even the twins, Grady, like we said, everybody came back. And there's a real 13 ghost element where they all surrounded Rose, the hat, and they all just fucked her up. And then that was Danny's plan. I mean, he says, I'm gonna bring them here, because this hotel ain't no joke, and if you're really strong, they might have be able to get you more so. So he came in there and knew what he was gonna do, and it cost him his life. It cost him his life, Ozark Mark. It cost him his life, because they end up possessing him too. But granted, he was able to go down to the boiler room and complete the job that He completed the job. He burnt down the goddamn hotel, and he died in the process.
Yep.
But it's cool. He came back as like a cool ghost, like Bruce Willis in Sixth Sense, man. And he was talking with Abra, and he was cool. And he had a real positive attitude. He hit him with like the "Stay golden, pony boy." But he said, "Shine on, Abra, shine on." And I was like, "Oh shit, bro."
Bumper sticker.
Shine on.
Shine on.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. How
It's
they were
very cool.
in.
It's a very satisfying ending to the story. You know, if you split this into two parts, which it is, Jack's story, and then you got Danny's story. It's a great ending to it. Great way to finish it out, I think. I was very satisfied after the ending of this movie. I don't need another one. Like, this is it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need a sequel for Abra fucking 30 years later. No, there's nothing you can do. It's done. Everything's done. So,
Finito.
yeah, fajita, whatever. It's done.
Finito. It's curtain.
Finito.
That's curtains, baby. It's over.
You know what's funny?
What?
Well, did you notice this real quick before we jump in, before we call these guys over here? I want to know if you noticed this or not.
Tell me.
Because I noticed it. I've never seen the movie before yesterday, but I fucking noticed it. So when he's in the rehab center, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he meets the guy, the old guy. He's like the leader of the
AA meetings.
AA drunkie people, right? He's a fucking he's the leader of them, you know. He gives out the tokens and all that bullshit, brings donuts. That guy. He takes, Danny comes up and tells him, like, where your watch is. He uses the shine to find his dopey watch that he lost, and he finds it. So then he pulls him into his, like, office, okay? When they're sitting there, did you notice?
Mr. Ullman's office.
Mr. Ullman's office is
from The Shining.
Is just in the same office that's in The Shining? Mm-hmm. I was like, wait, why is nobody acknowledging this? I feel like somebody should acknowledge that this is the same fucking office. Like, why is this the same office? Everything is to the T. I was like, that's nuts.
It's gorgeous.
It's fucking gorgeous. Why are these the same offices? Why are there two offices in the world that are the same? It's freaking me out.
You know what was great about Mr. Ullman? He had his hair all crazy, and he had these crazy lapels on his shirt, and he talked like this, and he says, "Now, I think it's necessary to tell you." Like, I've never seen anybody do this with their hands, like when they're talking. That was
never either.
There was a tragedy here. You know? Like, he puts his hands together in the wrong ways. Like, most people have their hands together like this. My man has them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But that's a cool little fact, man. I want to know more. Lloyd, what do you say we do this here?
All right.
Spladoosh. Welcome to the What Do You Know here. This is a segment here where we're here to tell you something that you may or may not know about this movie. Now, how this works is if you know what we know, you're going to find out what we know anyway, and then we're going to know together, and then we're going to have a we know-gasm. But if you don't know what we know, we're about to find out what we know, and then you can have a we know-gasm too. You're a little late to the party, but you'll get off just the same. Okay, that's how it works. I've said my piece, Chrissy.
Chrissy, I've said my piece.
Said my piece. So, why don't you sit there and let me tell you something that you may or may not know about this movie, Dr. Sleep 2019.
Give it to me.
I know, I'm going to. So check this out. Stephen King, the man himself. You know what inspired him to write the sequel to The Shining?
The Land Before
Dr. Sleep, you know what it was?
The Land Before Time?
No. Oh. That's inspired many people, but not this guy. It was a cat. Yeah, that's right. A pussy inspired him to write this sequel. Now, what about so special about this pussy? It's a regular pussy cat. You see him all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be a real life story of a cat that was in a hospice center, and he could sense when the people were gonna fucking die.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, so anytime the cat would show up, the cat would go in your fucking, bed and you would die. So that's what he did. What do you know here? That would freak me out too. You know what? After thinking about this, I have 2 cats. Mm-hmm. I used to have 4 cats. Now I got 2 cats. I don't want a cat sleeping on me again. You get out of here.
Yeah, that's
Makes me feel like
freaky.
I'm about to fucking die here. But
Yeah.
you know, that's something that you may not know. A pussy inspired a sequel, likely story. What do you know here?
Look, as the guys alluded to earlier, most of the scenes were recreated. And that's why that's so incredible. That's what makes it look so good. This guy recreated it. But there were a few scenes that were used from before. And those scenes were the pan over shot where they're going over the canyon, you know, the opening scene of The Shining, that. And then when they're driving up to the mountain to the hotel. Because he said it would have been impossible to match that. But listen to what was crazy on how they did it. You know, CGI Dan's car over their car. So they took away their car. They darkened it down, made it blue, made it nighttime, and added a bunch of snow. That looked like it was real fucking snow. That looked like a real shit.
It looked like real snow to me.
It didn't look like CGI.
No.
And there was some controversy, like around the trailer, they said, you know, the only shot that they used for the trailer was from Kubrick was the elevator. And they only did that because they did the elevator scene too, but they needed more time to complete it. So when you're watching that elevator scene, it's not Kubrick's, it's him. He made it, and it looks fucking dead on.
Yeah.
So there's a little tip of the hat to Mike Flanagan.
Wow, I'm blown back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I got another fact for you. Okay. So, you know who Danny Lloyd is?
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
actor.
original actor who played Danny in The Shining. Danny, you know, whatever. So, here's a little thing for you. If you notice, at the baseball game, you know, before the kid fucking dies, at the baseball game, Danny's in there. He's in the stands. He's got the green hat on.
Boom.
Whoa, I bet you didn't know that, did
That's
you?
a nice little cameo.
Wow. Yeah, it is a nice little cameo, and you're never going to find it unless you know about it right now. So good for you.
That's right.
So next time you're sitting there watching the movie, you see a green hat, be like, that's fucking Danny Lloyd.
That's him. That's
You're welcome. You're
That's
welcome.
the boy. Now he's old.
Yeah. You know anything else here?
Yeah.
Of course you do. Go ahead.
So I got something cool for you.
Okay.
I got something. Well, it's kind of crazy, and it happens all the time. But Ewan Mcgregor was not the first person they were choosing to be Danny.
Really?
They wanted a different actor for Dan.
Of
They were
course.
considering Chris Evans, like Captain America Chris Evans, or Jeremy Renner, from, you know, the guy who played Hawkeye. He was also in The Town. Whose car are we driving? That guy. He's that guy. So you look at that and you're like, man, I thought Ewan is like that's the guy you want. He killed it. I don't know if, I mean, those other guys are great actors, but
Nah, this guy looked like, I believe that this was Danny grown up,
I did too.
you know?
I did too.
I believed it. It was very believable to me. I fell right into it instantly. As soon as I saw him, I was like, that's fucking Danny when he's older. So they did a great job picking this guy.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Wow. What a
Lot of
load of
facts.
facts here. We just fucking dropped a boatload in your ass of facts for your mind.
That's a lot of stuff.
I know.
there.
This is an educational program here, okay? You could play this in your school.
Yeah.
You could, you know,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Wow. The season of sequels, wow, this is going to be fantastic. We got a shit ton of more facts for you. Wow. But for right now, we got to fucking go.
So wow, Mark. That's a real Factosaurus Rex right there.
Boom.
That's a whole lot of stuff dropped right on our noggins, and I'm appreciative for it. Now, what I will like to get out the way right now. What the hell's your favorite part in this whole movie? It's 3 hours almost, and lots of cool scenes. I was happy that you were impressed with it. I don't know. I was really on the fence that you might have came in like, I was fucking stupid. So I'm happy that you enjoyed it. Did you have a favorite part?
Yes. The entire last half hour of the movie basically is when he goes back to the Overlook Hotel. Everything about it. Everything from the drive up, the score in it, the entrance to it's all, broken down, but it looks the same. There's recreation of the scenes dead on. Okay. It's everything about it is awesome. And another thing, his attention to detail is fantastic in this, okay? And there's something that they did. Do you remember when we did the Shining episode and we had a fact that instead of snow, they used salt or something? I forget what they used.
Yeah, it was some kind of fake shit.
It was something fake, but it wasn't snow. And because you couldn't see their breath when they were outside in the maze. Correct? Remember
Correct.
that? In this one, they're in the maze, snow, everything, still can't see their breath. Did you notice that too? That's an incredible attention to detail.
It's matched. They matched their air.
They matched even down to the fucking air. It's great. It's the most satisfying thing is to go back and watch him go back into that hotel. It is awesome. Everything is fucking fantastic. So again, can't give enough praise to everything from the door. Door looks the same. Walks into the bathroom. The axe spot's still in the doors. Red rum's still in the door. Everything.
Yeah,
flashbacks are spot on. It's fantastic. So
gorgeous
here.
There's another little fact too. I don't know if you saw. Did you ever see Mike Flanagan's movie Oculus? It was about that like crazy mirror.
No.
Some people don't.
I've heard of it.
I actually really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I'm a fan of Mike's work. But that same mirror, like right before Dan goes into the gold room or like into the ballroom, he looks at the at the wall and there's a mirror, and it's very subtle, but it is the same mirror from that movie. So he did a little homage to his work, a little nod. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool too. What's your favorite part of it?
For some reason to me, like I said, this is pretty touching in the sense that, you're talking to a loved one. And I don't know if anybody's ever had, anybody in their life that's dealt with addiction or lost the loved one that had addiction. This is a deep movie. It's really deep in that. So, I really felt that. But I thought his little AA speech, because he brought life back. Stephen King wanted Jack to have, some redemption because he wrote that story. He was mad that Kubrick he ended it. He said Jack is a bad guy. Whereas King left it more like he could get better because King himself was an addict. He wanted to leave it not as hey man, you're going to be a shitty dad forever. He thought there's a chance that you could have some good in you. And I thought that little AA speech he gave, this is for my dad, this is for Jack, whatever. And it wasn't like he was super nice about him, but it was just a real cool speech. And you're like, man, that's that's some attention to detail too. That's some rich character work. Bro, this is 40 fucking years later. This dude's dealing with issues about his fucking dad in an AA meeting. This is some a rich story. I just thought he killed that and crushed that little thing. I really like the ending too. Obviously, it within there, so that's definitely up there for me. But if I had to pick a solitary moment, I think that little AA meeting, that was some great acting from Ewan. He crushed it.
Yep.
He crushed it.
100% agree on that. Yep.
A lot of fun there. But yeah, I think that's what they used was salt. Wasn't that
I think it was something, I don't know, it wasn't fake snow either. It's something that is not close to snow. I really forget.
I think it was salt. I think you're right.
I think it was salt. What else could it be? Sugar? No.
Cocaine?
I've never seen anybody buy sugar in bulk.
Nope.
But that's great, man. But since we've given a lot of praise to this movie, but I'm curious, Mr. Christian Raimi, of where this rates on the world-famous Sloppy Horror Podcast horror movie rating.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh.
Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah!
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Oh, my goodness, you made it. All right, this is the segment here where Mr. Christian Raimi, the horror mood himself, he knows about good horror movies, and he's going to tell you how this movie rates on a horror movie scale, not a regular movie scale, horror movie scale. So keep that in mind, please. Mm-hmm. He's going to do this in a series of 4 categories. 3 categories worth 3 points. Last category is worth 1 point for a total of
10 points altogether.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. So why don't you splurge a little fucking good criticism on this movie here and tell me. Let's go into the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
Dude. Hey now. First off, Rebecca Ferguson as Rose the Hat. Amazing. I forget, what's that little girl's name? I think her name is Kylie or Kaylee fucking something.
Kylie Kern.
She crushed it. She fucking killed it. Obviously, Ewan McGregor. I like that guy that played Billy. I thought his friend was like a super cool dude. And his death when Billy ended up dying, that was kind of like sad because they were friends for like eight years or some shit at that point. Like they were friends for quite some time.
And it was out of nowhere too. Like they won.
I know that fucking.
But then she just finished like, kill yourself. He's like, oh shit, what?
Got him.
Like damn. Like
damn. That was fucked.
That
dude.
was a little sad right there. It's like, man, I was rooting for that guy.
He was super nice. But everyone gelled well together. I thought everyone crushed it in this. For me, I think this is a 3 out of 3. And the recreation people, the people that the time and effort, you could tell those people meticulously watched The Shining over and over and over. They got the motions down. I mean, that's more than directing. You could tell those actors took that shit serious. And I wasn't mad with any character in this movie. I would give it a 3 out of 3. What say you? Does that sound right to you?
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
I love
Could not
that.
agree more. Well said. Very good. So that's 3 out of 10 so far. Let's go into the second category here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is kills. Kills.
All right, Michael Anderson, I'll tell you about some kills.
Why don't you do what he says?
Okay. So our kills in this, nothing crazy gory, but they're very intense because you are killing kids. You are killing kids. There's people, like when these creatures turn over, they are scary looking, dude. Like, it's not an easy process. It's more than the Lost Boys, like where they're like, screaming, going, like they are. It's kind of creepy.
Their eyes are glowing and everything. They're sucking steam from you, like hurting you, causing you pain, so you ooze out that life force.
Yeah.
Very intense way to go. But yeah, we have the kid dying. A kid in the beginning dies. They don't show it. Then you have the death of all of the Knot people. You have Abra's dad, who we don't see.
Yeah, we got Billy who did himself in.
Yeah, Billy who did himself in, unfortunately. And then you have Dan himself dying. You got
Rose the Hat.
Rose.
That was kind of a cool death. I like that one.
Yeah, Rose the Hat got it.
It reminded me of, like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, like when Freddy Krueger got ripped apart by all the souls inside of him and they were like pulling his face apart and shit. Like, that's what that really reminded me of. And I think this deserves a 2. You know, it's not a 3 in my eyes because you're not like sawing a girl in half. You're not, there's a lot of variety, but I feel 2. Do you feel 2 or maybe a 2.5?
No, 2. I'd say 2. The amount is good, but some of them are off screen. You just see the body.
Yep.
And there's nothing really too intense. Nothing very, very creative in a sense. Like, it's just basic. It's gunshots. It's stabbing. Gunshot stabbing. Like, that's like, you know.
That's the normal, baby.
Like, if you ask what's your favorite color of ice cream, people are going to say chocolate and vanilla. That's like chocolate and vanilla of kills. So it's nothing special, but they're there. They get the point across. There's a good amount of it.
2's a fair score.
Absolutely.
It's better than 1.
It's way better than 1.5 too. So that's 5 out of 10 so far here after 2 categories. Let's go into the third and final 3-point category here of the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. That is fear.
Now, fear.
Woo!
I'm so scared right now.
Oh my God.
I just want to go home.
I can't look.
Seeing the theater response and seeing the fiance's response to how creepy this movie was, I also feel like this is another 2. It's new and current. This isn't something old where you have limitations of, like, you know, where it's like, hey man, this used to be really scary back in the day. It looks a little old now. Not the case at all. This is brand new. This is creepy. But I think teenagers could watch this and not be like, I gotta keep every light on in the house. I think it's very creepy, but it's almost like the ghosts are cool. Like, or maybe that's just me because I'm a horror nerd, but like when the ghosts come out, and if you know the Shining story, you're like, oh, that's sweet, man. Like, I've already been scared from these ghosts before, so like I kind of know what I'm going into already. But it feels good enough to be a 2 because you do, we talk about this sometimes, the vulnerability of kids. Child's Play, that's what made that work. It's like, come on, little guy, get the hell out of there. Like, if it's a grown adult, you're like, fuck that guy. Remember when Chucky killed Eddie with the stove? You don't care about that guy. Fucking kill that guy. But the kid, you're like, come on, kid, get out of there. The baseball kid, you're like, get out of there, dude. Or Abra, you're like, no, go. Don't try to kill kids, dude. Like, that's... No matter what, even if they're an annoying kid, you're like, I gotta save this stupid kid. You know, like, I can't have this kid die. Like, even if he's the worst kid ever. An adult, you can turn the shoulder. So I think it's a solid 2 for the death of children. Or are you thinking 1.5?
I'm thinking 1.5.
1.5.
I'm thinking 1.5 on Fear. The story is amazing. Okay, the story's great. Okay, but Fear, though, really look down at what scares people. There's nothing. The death of a child, them killing a child might make you feel uncomfortable.
That's true.
But I don't see anything in this really that you're going to lose sleep over. Like you said, you're not going to go and turn every light on. Like this is fear based on people that have some kind of special ability, like not normal people. Mm-hmm. This is not a normal people problem, and 99.9% of the people that watch this are normal people.
Fantasy genre.
Yeah, it's more of like a fantasy fiction. It's not. You can't relate this into your real life, which makes it kind of less scary. There's very fearful things in it, scary things, suspenseful, heart-pounding moments, but not fear that makes you. That's why I base at least my rating of Fear a lot on stuff that takes away from it.
I need your help for all of the categories, but especially that one because. You know, like, it's hard for me, it's hard for both of us, you know, to really, we're just not frightened that easy. But I do feel that's a fair score. 1.5 is very fair. Let's give it 1.5. Definitely, like you said, it'll put you on the edge of your seat, but I don't know if you're going to, need to go to church the next day. And...
No, it's more of a suspenseful thriller, but, it still is horror, of course. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's 6.5 out of 10. After 3 categories, going on to the final category here for half point each is if do we fuck with this movie. So, Christian Raimi, we'll start with you. Do you fuck with this movie, The Doctor Sleep, in 2019?
Absolutely. I applaud it. I very much respected it, appreciated it, and it could have been so bad. It could have been so bad. So much attention to detail, man. Like, this is like a fucking art project. And not like one of those weird new artsy horror movies where you're walking around for 3 hours with a lamb. Like, this was a research project. This took a lot of work. And I bet you Kubrick and King, I know King was happy with it, but I bet you if Kubrick was here, he would say the same thing.
Yeah. I agree. And I will fuck with it as well. Couldn't agree. I agree with everything you said. I mean, this could have been super fucking bad, man. You could have, if you fucked this up, everybody would have
been upset, yeah.
Everybody would have been upset, dude. But no, very well researched, very well done. I'll definitely watch this movie again in my lifetime, 100%. Just like I'll probably watch The Shining and then this within a couple days of each other, just because, they work so well. Mm-hmm. So, but that's great. So
good watches, man. They're great watches together.
That is 7.5 out of 10 total for horror movie rating of Dr. Sleep 2019. So now you know. Now you know how good of a horror movie this is on the scale, and now you know what to expect based on the score. We're here to tell you, and we just did. So
that's great, Mark. I mean, that's really great. We feel like we got a solid rating on this, but folks, we don't know what's going on with you. We don't know if you have kids with you, so we're going to get into just right back to back into one of our favorite segments where Ozark does his parental guidance. Let's do it.
I missed you, mister.
Mr. Ozark.
Tell them if they're old enough
Hello.
to watch that scary stuff. It's for the parents who give up.
Yeah. Guys, this is the segment where the producer, the best producer in the whole wide world, Mr. Ozark Mark, breaks down what age he thinks if a kid could be to watch Dr. Sleep, because that's important. And Ozark is not a parent, so I think he has a very good, if you're babysitting, Mark, you're not going to let some fucking kid watch something that's going to traumatize them and then their parents are going to be mad at you. So you have that, very safety cushion there where You're not gonna push the envelope for a kid. Whereas like my kids, I'll be like, I can watch it. And you're like, no, I'm not getting in trouble. So what say you, Mark? What happens with Dr. Sleep?
What say you?
What say you?
Well, this is quite interesting because before we said it's a 1.5 on the fear scale. So we can go younger with this because, again, no sex. There's very little drug usage. There is a naked girl, but you don't see anything in the bed in the beginning. So that's kind of racy, but I mean, you can't. That's not gonna fuck anybody up. But there is the element of this to where it's a very intense story for you to pay attention to and enjoy the movie. And I think you have to take that into consideration because if you really want to get the full experience of the movie, you have to understand the story.
And this might be a young kid's first time seeing all these ghosts. They might not have seen The Shining, so this might be their first time seeing Grandma, or like even that girl in the bed when she came back was a ghost. It was kind of creepy a little.
Grandma fucked a lot of people up in the first movie, and it'll probably fuck a new generation of kids up in the second movie. A kid is going to be scared of the shower if you go too young with this. I don't know. I'd say about 13. And when I say 13 for the fear elements, because again, random things fuck little kids up at any age. 13 is you've been out in the world a little bit. You've had the internet access for a while, so you've seen some shit, so you be used to it. And you also are mature enough in your life that where you can follow the story and actually pay attention to it and really enjoy it.
Be able to keep up. Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's nothing worse than watching this movie and someone say, "Who's that?
What's going on?
What's going on? Why did he do that? What's going on? Why is they doing this? Why are they doing that? What just happened?" No.
Watch it with me.
I know. Watch it and pay attention, man. You want to make sure that they do that. So I'm going with 13 for Dr. Sleep.
That's the age, folks. That's the age where Ozark feels comfortable, and I like that. That actually seems very fair. 13's perfect, man. Very good.
Thank you.
Another great segment out the way. So, folks, that puts us in a very interesting position because we are coming to the conclusion of the season premiere of the season of sequels. Now,
Say that 5 times fast.
The season premiere of the season of sequels. 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 Yeah.
Season premiere. I can't even do it. Do it again. Look. It's like a beat. Hold on. Do it again real quick. Go.
Season premiere of season of sequels. Season premiere of seasons of sequels. Season premiere of the season of sequels. Season of sequels.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, I like that.
Season premiere of the season of sequels. Season premiere of the season of sequels. Season premiere of the sequels.
So, folks,
sorry.
As we mentioned and alluded to in the beginning, if you guys need more episodes and more content, please go to patreon.com/sloppyhorror. If you're unfamiliar with that is, it's just a place where we can put content that's only, for you folks, and it's not very expensive. There's a few different tiers. The first tier is $5, second is $10, third one is $20. We don't expect everybody to do this, but for those folks who want to show their support without hearing us do manscaping ads and energy drinks, this is the way to do it.
Butcher Box.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, folks. Down the line, we might have something that might stand out to us, but really...
But only if they pay handsomely, and we could use that money to bring you more better content.
That's true.
Maybe better merch. Who the fuck knows? But I'm telling you, when we win, y'all win.
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
So this is the stuff we're doing, guys, and we're really getting organized. I want you guys to keep an eye on the website. Check it out for the merchandise. We're going to have some news articles, things like that. Hey, if you really are a fan of the show and you can't support it in any other way but throwing down a like, throwing down a follow to the channel, make sure you go to all of our platforms. That helps us out. The Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Throw a rating down on the audio platforms.
Yeah, and tag us in TikTok videos or something. Give us your review on TikTok or some shit. Tag our asses. We'll watch them.
We will. I
like when people... There was one girl, she unboxed her candles. It was fantastic to watch. We always got, people promoting us on there, and it's great to see. It's fantastic to see. We love it.
We do. We love you guys. So
keep doing that. We like that stuff too, because we're here. We're here for you.
Yeah, guys, we're going to be back, and hopefully... look here. This is a Monday for you guys. This is Valentine's Day. Hopefully the Bengals have won.
Yeah! Look,
dat?
all right. Now, a lot of you people might be like, what the hell is that? Because you might not be football fans. But this is a big fucking deal for this city right now. Our cities are going to burn down probably if they won
They might.
yesterday. Because that's when the episode comes out on Monday. But we're recording it
It'll
before
still
the
be
Super
on
Bowl,
fire.
so I don't fucking know, man. But I'm excited for that.
It'll still be on fire at this point.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we hope you're having a great week. If you need some more content to get you through, hop on that Patreon. You can hear the
Go
bonus episode.
to the Patreon, and you'll get a bonus episode every week. And when we start getting more people on the Patreon, you'll get more episodes. But for right now, that's all we can do. Okay?
All right, guys. Have a great week. Thank you so much. Dr. Sleep, check it out. What was that, 7.5?
All you ladies, let him put it in your butt. It's Valentine's Day.
Suck him off.